So, good evening. It's day four. So, uh, this, uh, this article, Reign in the Darkness on the second term for Donald Trump. Americans will have to reckon with the consequence of putting Trump back in office. Reconvince again, I think. Reconvince. So, second. Okay, we'll start. Reign in the darkness on the second term for Donald Trump. Americans will have to reckon with consequence of putting Trump back in office. Republican and former US President Donald Trump is said to win a second term in office after second after strong showing in 2024 election, a race that saw Democrat and current Vice President Kamala Harris go down fighting after she entered the fray at the late stage battle. Raymond's battle entered the fray at late stage and faced two odds the way. He likely win represents many years first. At 78, he will be second oldest person ever thus elected. He will be the first Republican to win the popular vote in 20 years. He may be only the second president to have served non-consecutive terms in 132 years, and he would certainly be the first two-time president to also have been impeached by Congress. Despite this fact, Mr. Trump prevailed by winning in Swiss states and achieving a small swing across almost all the states in favor of Republican Party, thus gaining in the key to electoral college, college and popular vote even final counting and the formal call for each state is yet to be completed, while Democrats unsurprisingly held on their stronghold state, most of which are situated on either coast. There appeared to be a rate shift underway across political system. This was seen in Republicans succeeding in seizing control of Senate, especially through critical seats won in Ohio and West Virginia, are likely retaining the chair in the House of Representative. If this pans out, the second Trump administration will benefit from FICA executive to branches of legislature and potentially have far-reaching political power that would dramatically shape domestic and foreign policy in line with 47 President's vision. There could not have been more at stake in this consequential election for two major parties, both American people and the and for the world. Domestically, voters appeared to lash out against Mr. Harris for her association with administration that did some serious policy heavy lifting towards US post-pandemic economic resilience. It apparently failed by bringing price levels of everyday good down sufficiently. In parallel, Mr. Trump has continued ever since dementing office under the cloud for insur- insurrection, what is it? An act of instance for rising in revolt, rebellion, or resistance against civils of the establishment government. Yes, I have touched. Instruction in January 2021 to issue joint statement about migrants and asylum seekers. Islam, an institution for maintenance and care of the mentally ill, orphans, or other persons requiring specialized assistance. In refugee granted and aligned by sovereign state or state seekers stealing wage jobs, once again appealing to financial heartstrings of the blue-collar workers. As he did in 2016 election campaign, this polarizing tactic of wiping out fear of the other in the society that it is ideal from invest by its forefathers, its forefathers would be welcome to harness the power of immigrant workers of all the hues appears to have combined with disenchantment, disenchantment over stubborn high price levels to end Mr. Harris' presidential run beyond the bread and butter issues, though lies a deeper churning in the collective psyche. psyche. Right, right, of the American voter, one that has bestowed Mr. Trump with profound second victory, the potentially irreversible death of not just political correctness but also fundamental political principles. Mr. Trump faces four criminal indictments, the most serious of which relate to his role in spring violent mob attack on Capitol building in early 2021, the culmination of his democracy-threatening strategy of denying the 2020 election results. He did his supporters find it so easy to look past that it there not infutable evidence in the Georgia case against him of his attempts to tamper with official proceedings and link the state elections official to misrepresent the outcome of the election. Does not fact that he is convinced felon awaiting in Knitting in the Stormy Daniels case link him to criminal acts under law, rather than represent a witch hunt by dispirited liberals. If the electorate has answered these questions with its vote, then that can only mean one thing. That is, his supporters explicitly condone down, down their leaders' chosen course of action, and that may include, however greater legal logic might for it. His eventual issues of a self-pardon or assumption of immunity from prosecution for all the culpable acts, official or otherwise. He will be also likely to continue the trend of his first term in office of pardoning his close allies accused of variety of crimes and use the punitive power of the state machinery to get after the media and individual journalists who might irk him, as indeed his campaign team has already revoked the credential. Sorry, of senior political correspondent who apparently commented on internal anxiety over early voting numbers in Pennsylvania. 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 America will have no choice but deal with the consequences of its voting decision in 2024. But what might it mean for the world? In the economic sphere, tariffs are likely to be back in play at only 50-60% rates that Mr. Trump has promised on goods from China, plus the tariffs of close to 20% on all US imports, which again risk triggering all-out global trade war. For India, it might raise the specter of his labels of New Delhi's tariff king and trade abuser, including the context of the controversy over Harley Davidson motorcycles in the strategic phase. Ukraine may be forced to accept unpalatable concessions toward defining truce with Russia and in Gaza with Iran. Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu may relish the prospect of laissez-faire attitude by the State Department. Under the Trump 2.0, the Hindu nationalist project in India might continue space with the confidence that no blowback would emanate from Washington on the human rights and minority rights concern. While the MAGA movement has most certainly seen powerful favor in the outcome of the 2024 election, the rules-based international order founded on the bedrock universal rights and liberal values is far from dead. When the personality cult of Mr. Trump if in 2028 there will be have to be reckoning. Reckoning count completion president of count. Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you.